Good morning, everyone. It's Anifa Menon from hearthealthbrainhealth.com, encouraging healthy grieving and mindful actions. Today, my thoughts are all about forgiveness. I've been speaking to a number of people who have been talking about forgiveness, and what I'm noticing is there seems to be a lot of people that are more stuck, I'm going to say, in forgiving themselves. And forgiving ourselves is a very big detail. I came across this quotation, which I think is fantastic. This one's got no author to it, but I think you will like it as much as I do. I hope you do. It says, "Forgive yourself for not knowing what you didn't know before you learned it." Forgive yourself for not knowing what you didn't know before you learned it. So remember that we go through a process of evolution in our lives, right? So sometimes you would think, how can someone do something not right? And we might be very judgmental about that person. Then you might also know the concept of if you can't forgive yourself, you won't be able to forgive others. So this, we come back to forgiving the self, that if you didn't know that, oh, it took me a while to learn that, so I understand how they could not know it. So I'm forgiving of this action. I can think of even something that doesn't really sound like a big deal, but we'll talk about a child learning how to add, for example. So very simple, we've all gone through it. And a child is learning how to add 3 plus 2. So you ask the child, how much does that come to? 3 plus 2 is what? And they say 4. And you think, nope, that's not right. So this is how you do it. So you talk to them. That child is getting frustrated with, how come I can't get this? This doesn't make sense. And they've been hearing people say, what's 2 plus 2 plus 2, 2 plus 2, and he keeps on saying 4. So even when you say what's 3 plus 2, he's saying 4. That's just a memorized response that he's gained. And then suddenly one day comes and he's like, oh, it's 5. And he gets it. And you realize that there's a different understanding and evolution in that brain that's going on. And this happens to us through our lives. We are constantly evolving and learning things that would seem very obvious once we know them, but until we know them, we don't know, right? So Maya Angelou also has this beautiful quote which says, "Forgiveness is the greatest gift you can give yourself." Forgiveness is the greatest gift you can give yourself. And so I'd love for you to think today about places that you can forgive yourself for, and knowing that forgiveness means that you are really understanding that this was something that I believed or something that I did that was not right. And I'm sorry that I did not realize that. And I forgive myself because now I have learned. And learning comes from understanding, right? So whether it's that child learning how to add 3 plus 2 and forgiving himself for not being able to figure that out originally because he needed a different level of understanding. Same thing in life, that if we have a different level of understanding, we can forgive ourselves. I found this other quote, also an unknown author, but I thought it was beautiful. It says, "The first to apologize is the bravest. The first to forgive is the strongest. And the first to forget is the happiest." In the next video, I will talk a little bit more about forgetting. And I hope that today, at least, you will take 5 minutes to just think about what you can forgive yourself for. I hope you have a fantastic day. Sit down and do that for 5 minutes and find one thing that you can forgive yourself for because, yeah, I didn't know better and I can't behave differently until I know better. Today, you might know better. I wish you a fantastic day ahead. And remember, transform your mind and transform your life. Have a great day, everyone.